Hi guys. Okay, so basically, like a lot of you might know, I've had news to tell all of you for quite some time. This is a long time coming. We found out the news probably 2.5 months ago. Yeah, well, not even 2.5 months ago. Basically 2 months ago, maybe a little bit less than 2 months ago. We found out 2 days before Christmas that we are expecting again, and we were obviously overjoyed, as we have been planning to get pregnant sometime in this year. So it was a early surprise for us, and although it's been quite daunting because now we know what's waiting for us and what is lying ahead, we were just super excited to be able to give Savannah a sibling, as that was very important to us. But yeah, this has been quite a rough ride because things didn't go as planned. We went for our first checkup in the beginning of July, and yeah, we got a big surprise when we went for our first doctor's appointment. He informed us that in fact we are having two and not one, and it's going to be identical twins. Yeah, so my initial reaction to that was probably not what it should have been. I was absolutely overwhelmed and really freaked out. I honestly did not know how to handle the news. I think my husband took it much better than I did. The reason why I was very overwhelmed with it is probably because we have a toddler already. So we know what it takes to raise a child, and the fact that we are having two is extremely terrifying. My mind just started like thinking about all of these scenarios, like how am I going to breastfeed two, and how am I going to deal with two babies that might not want to sleep, or that keeps each other awake, or trying to navigate through Malta streets with a double stroller and a toddler, and I have to get a bigger car, and we will have to move out of our apartment that we own, and we thought that we would live here for quite some time still, but it's not going to be big enough for a family of 5. So our world was flipped quite upside down, and I wouldn't say in a bad way at all, just in a way that we did not expect. So yeah, it is obviously terrifying because there's a lot of things that we need to think about now, and to change and to adapt to. But the fact that we have been given this opportunity to have identical twins is just something that I cannot comprehend. We were actually joking in the car on our way to the doctor's appointment the first time, and we said, okay, we know we can do this now. We've done this once, we can do it a second time around. What's one more baby? And then we laughed and we said, luckily we won't have twins because that does not run in our family. And we started laughing about it. And then we got to the doctor's office 20 minutes later, and we found out that we are in fact having twins. And I never knew that identical twins are just luck of the draw. I thought that all twins are either genetic or can happen through IVF. I did not know that identical twins are not genetic, because we don't have twins in our family, neither mine nor Daniel's. So we just thought that it wasn't something that will ever happen to us. And yes, now it did. So yes, we big thing happening for us, but we are excited. And with that said, when we went to the doctor's office, I was panicked. I was so anxious, and the midwife actually asked me, she took my blood pressure, and she asked me, are you anxious at all? And I said yes, and I had no idea why I was feeling anxious, but I just felt that that whole pregnancy up until then was just completely different to my first pregnancy, and I felt like something was different. And the reason I probably felt like something was different was because something was different. It was because I had 2 in my stomach instead of 1. So I probably, I should have trusted my intuition that something was not the same as the first time. I've been way more tired this time, which can be expected, and also nauseous. And these are things that I did not experience in my first pregnancy. I was very tired with Savannah, very, very tired. But the type of fatigue that I've been feeling this pregnancy is even worse than the first time. And the first time I thought that it was the end of the world. It was that hectic. But this time it's definitely even more intense. I've been feeling very nauseous, but luckily not to the point where I actually started throwing up. But all I could stomach for the first, I would say at least 7 weeks, was just fresh food like salads and smoothies and vegetables, if I was being brave, like roasted vegetables in the oven. But the food that I usually eat, which is quite carb loaded because we don't eat meat, I absolutely hate now. I do not want pasta. I do not want anything heavy, stodgy, or just heavy on my stomach. I want fresh food because I feel like the freshness at least settles my nausea that I have. So my skin has been way worse, and my hair's been falling out, which is symptoms I definitely didn't have in my first pregnancy either. My first pregnancy, I was literally when they say someone is glowing, I feel like I was glowing the first pregnancy, and I am not glowing right now. My skin has broken out so badly, to the point where I'm really extremely self-conscious about it, and it's not acne, it's literally just like little bumps, which is obviously hormonal. And my hair has been falling out a lot, and that's the one thing I loved about my first pregnancy, is my hair became super thick. Even though it fell out 4 months out postpartum, my hair was really beautiful during pregnancy, and then the first 4 months after pregnancy. So basically all I want to say is that this pregnancy is really so much different, and that just shows you that no pregnancy is the same. I don't know if mine is just intensified by the fact that I have 2 in my stomach. But I just wanted to update you guys what's going on in my life, and I'm going to be quite real and honest and raw about everything that I am going through, as I want to document this experience as well. I'm never going to be pregnant again, and that I can say for sure. Our plan was always to have only 2, so now we are blessed with 3 kids. So this is definitely the last time that I'm going through this. And I know they always say never, but I can promise myself that this is definitely the last time. So I do want to document this and just have it to look back on one day as well, as I started documenting with Savannah, but I quickly stopped as well, and I'm quite disappointed that I did. So I'm going to be quite honest, even about the skin issues that I have, the way I feel during this pregnancy, and even life afterwards, because our lives are about to change drastically. So I'd like to just share that with you guys. And if any of you guys are going through the same type of thing, or even if you just want to chat about it, I'd love to hear from you. So please subscribe to my channel, and I'll try and do a video hopefully once a week. So I'll see you guys on the other side. I hope you have a great week, and thank you so much for watching this.